Hello everybody. I hate introductions, so I'll just get right into it. This is a quick little time-lapse video of the very first build on a park that I've been thinking about for the past few days. It's basically going to be like a state park. I mean, I guess it's the best way to describe it. It's pretty much going to be a hiking trail that has some adventure to it, I guess. I don't know. Theme parks, thrill, rides. Anyway, what I'm doing here is trying to figure out just exactly how I'm gonna build the very first thing that kind of just came to my mind, which is a watchtower. It's gonna be one of the first things you see when you walk into the park. It's actually gonna serve legitimately no function other than just a little set piece. So I do use like source images and stuff, so I kind of just typed in watchtowers and found one I liked and said I'm gonna try to build it like that. And so that's what this is, I guess. I don't really remember why I was playing with the lighting here. My only guess is I was just trying to get a real idea of what the stairs would look like from far away. And I'm pretty sure this is the point where I just said, those aren't working. So I'm going to go through here and just kind of dig through a bit. This is probably my least favorite part of the game. Is just, I guess it's my least favorite part, but also the rewarding part is you're putting a lot of time into finding the perfect platform or whatever, and just like that, and then boom, that's the one. What I'm doing here is using this animatronic figure that you could use as a set piece, and I'm using him to kind of just give me an idea of scale, so that I'm not like building something too tall or too big or anything like that. And it's just making sure that this could basically be a staircase in which we'd be able to use it practically, even though in the game, when this park is live, none of the visitors to the park will be able to visit this part. This is completely just 100% set piece. I mean, the stairs themselves are being made out of wooden signs. So, and I guess this fence here, which I'm kind of using just as a guide piece for the angle. I made a dirt path just kind of give it a little bit more character. But then it's really just a game of patience. I mean, you're just building this stair by stair here, and it's frustrating. But it's also the rewarding aspect of the game. This is something that's unfortunate. I wish you could kind of just duplicate this and do it, but you gotta save it as a blueprint and go from there. So, but with that, I'm able to just kind of duplicate it and make another level. Just kind of making sure that it looks impressive enough from all angles. Well, I'm not sure impressive is the word I'm looking for. I'm just making sure that it's tall. It looks high enough, I guess. I don't know. That it stands out. Just making the floor of the cabin, kind of making a deck for it too. You'll just get an idea of like what goes into building the testing, the kind of just the work that goes into building something just that's gonna really be kind of missed. You know, it's not really an important part of the park, but in my opinion, everything's important. You're giving everything character, and one of my favorite things about life is just how beautiful nature can be, especially when you get the opportunity to go hiking and you're going through, and it's just there's sights, and this is stuff that's been forming over hundreds of thousands of years, and you're still able to experience it the way it once was, and I don't know, it's special. And then this game lends to creativity, and it also happens to be tremendously beautiful. And as a result, I thought it'd be cool to make a theme park that kind of combines the beauty of nature and the thrills of I don't know, roller coasters. Here I'm pretty much deciding on how I want it to look. You know, it's a trial and error type thing. You put something in, it might work for a few moments, and then you kind of start building out more, and you realize that's not what you want to be doing, so you change it up, and you keep changing it until you're happy with what you got. And I just I gotta say, I just love using this cowboy guy. I used to try to build stuff, and then I would see people next to it, and I'd be like, man, how did I get it so wrong? And I just love the idea of using those guys kind of as a cheat, and it's fun. I don't know why it's fun, but it is, and I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing them and being like, all right, I'm doing it right. I'm doing a good job. And then, so this whole building is basically built out of signs. I don't even know if that's appropriate. I just did it, and I think it turned out pretty well. Just using different ideas and getting them going. And this is just a tedious process, but I actually ended up liking the way it turned out. I just thought it kind of came out looking pretty sharp, at least on certain sides, and again, it's hardly even going to be seen up close at all, except for when I'm kind of going through and just looking at it and admiring my own masterpieces. And I'm just confused right here. I really don't know how this is gonna turn out at this point, and just what I'm gonna do. I know I want windows on this, but I don't know where they're gonna be, and just moving things around until I feel like it's looking okay enough to continue. And then the camera goes crazy and all that stuff. And I guess this is where I decide that it's time to get a door included in the project. And I wasn't originally going to use the in-game windows here. Not because they're not any good, but just because I kind of wanted to do everything custom, but I felt like these windows looked fine. Sorry about some of the camera work. The controls in this game are there's a learning curve, and sometimes it's really not the easiest thing to do, to operate the camera in the game and get it in the position you want it in. So sometimes you're just not really thinking about how it's gonna look when it's sped up, at 10 times the speed or whatever. You're kind of just hoping that the angle gives you the you're looking for the right angle. You're looking to see how it's looking under different lighting and stuff. And here comes the part where I said, let's get a roof on this guy. and you gotta kind of figure out what you don't want before you can figure out what you do. Watching YouTube videos, I picked up on this cool little hack that I don't remember the YouTuber's name. I think it's the guys who do Bro Coaster, but they said, invert windows and use them as walls and stuff, and that definitely came in handy there. That was exactly what I was looking for. And that's always a nice thing when you find what you're looking for, and you find it quickly. Yeah, that's nice. But once you kind of get into a flow, you know where you're going with the stuff, and then it's just all a matter of fine tuning. And the sped up version of this video really doesn't do the monotony justice, but it's all part of it. It's also kind of what I liked about writing. It was a long process, but every little contribution was part of the big picture. So I like big picture things. I think you could see in a certain part, like kind of where the stair railings intercept with each other. It's kind of sloppy there, but my hope is that it's not too noticeable from the angles in which the little peeps, or whatever they're called, the visitors to the park, would notice something like that. And sometimes you just kind of gotta let the perfectionist in you suffer, rather than spending an hour trying to get a post that'll barely ever be seen perfect. I've also tried to make myself commit to some kind of structural integrity. I want things to be built as they would be in real life. The problem with that is I don't necessarily have a great knowledge of exactly how things would be built. So for instance, like, I really want to give this building some braces more so than just a couple posts, supporting it. But we don't really get into that in this video. Once I got those 3 posts down, I said, maybe I don't need as many posts, and I could hide some of the supports with foliage. So that's what I tried doing here. And this part probably was my favorite part. It's really what starts tying everything together. It's like the carpet that ties a room together, man. And placement of trees is important. Placement of all of your decor is important, but this one was particularly important because I really wanted this Watchtower to kind of be hidden. It's going to be one of the first things you see upon entering the park, but I didn't want it to be overly impressive. And my hope as we're wrapping this up is that I've accomplished that. So that's pretty much the first thing I've ever really built from scratch in Planet Coaster, and I hope I could do more videos like this as this park grows. Thanks for watching.